Argentina, Belgium, Brazil, Colombia, Costa Rica, Egypt, England, France, Germany, Iceland, Iran, Japan, Korea, Mexico, Nigeria, Panama, Poland, Portugal, Saudi Arabia, Serbia, Spain, and Uruguay have all confirmed to be joining Russia in this summer's World Cup. We've also got Australia, Croatia, Denmark, Greece, Honduras, Italy, New Zealand, Northern Ireland, Peru, Republic of Ireland, Sweden, Switzerland, all heading into the playoffs, and that is not even including the rest of Africa. So, wow. That was a long old list of teams. Yeah, welcome to the In the Mixer podcast, everyone. A nice little rundown straight away of all the teams you can expect to see in this summer's extravaganza. And two people you're probably going to see right now or listen to. We have Michael and Elias. Say hello, gentlemen.
Hello. Just to let you know, I am going to make you read the full list out when we do the World Cup podcast episodes, including the playoff qualified teams.
Okay. Well, okay. I mean, sure. I mean, I might make you do it. Maybe we can share. Maybe we can do a third each. Who knows? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Listeners.
Exactly. Leave the viewers hanging.
Oh, well, someone I didn't read out in that list. Chile. Wow. What a bombshell. Chile. Alexis Sanchez's Chile will not be at the Russia World Cup, despite being Copa America holders right now. And, well, what a blow for them. It's going to be a huge miss considering they were one of the teams to watch at the last World Cup. And they've got some fantastic players in there like Vidal and Alexis, like I previously said. Lost 3-0 to Brazil, and other goals didn't go their way. We'll get to those teams soon. But the wife of Claudio Bravo, Carla Pardo Lizana, on Instagram, chewed into the Chile players a little bit, guys. And I got a slight quote here. She said, "I know that a majority worked their asses off, while others went partying and didn't even train because of the level of drunkenness they had." So she's gone straight out accused half of the Chile squad, I think, of being hungover. I mean, it's interesting that sort of stuff coming out of a team in a game they had to win. So, I mean, what are your guys' views on that to kick us off?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty disgraceful if that is the case. Obviously, for the game, how it was going to work out from, of course, it was always going to be a difficult game against Brazil. And it wasn't always particularly going to be a must-win, but there's no situation where you lose a game or even put the result in jeopardy for actions like that. There's plenty of time after it. It's completely unprofessional, and you represent your country, never mind your club. So it's disrespectful, unprofessional, and just ridiculous.
What about you, Alice? Got any points? Any points to add?
Well, not really. She can probably, if it's not Claudio Bravo's fault, they're not in the World Cup. Then yeah.
Well,
I don't really like.
No, go on.
I just don't feel like. Well, of course, like a goalkeeper is a massive part of a team, and of course, if this is the case that they've been out drinking, but why has she just gone out with it? Like, why wouldn't they start? Let's say that like before the game or something like that. Just to add a bit of pressure to the players of the team.
Oh no, she said this after the game, after they'd failed to qualify.
Yeah, but, I feel like would she mention this if they actually qualified?
Well, no, but I feel like she mentioned things like being let down by her fellow countrymen and how they've let down in the entire nation. So I can understand the frustration there, but like you say, perhaps it's not her place to say it, and perhaps there should be more of an inquiry from the Chilean FA into the actions of their players, especially after such an important game. There were pictures flying about before the game of Neymar and maybe Dani Alves like going out drinking before the Chile game. Admittedly, they had nothing to lose in that game, but obviously they handled themselves a bit better on those nights out, considering the result. But yeah, she also referred to her husband Claudio Bravo as my captain and Captain America. So that's nice. That's nice.
Capitano Americano.
Exactly. See. Well, yeah. As a result of
definitely
this.
tell the role play they do.
Oh God. Wait. I'm trying to figure out who she'd be. Don't know. Also, would he be
Wonder
Captain
Woman.
America or would he be El Capitano Chiliano? Well, that rhymes. Yeah, but anyway.
No.
Straight as a result of this, anyway, Vidal has decided to retire from international football, which is sad for him and Chile, I imagine, because he's such a class player. But, I mean, considering the players... I mean, they should have... I mean, we spoke about Argentina in the last episode, and Chile should have really qualified for this World Cup. And but then you look back at the results. I mean, they lost to Bolivia 1-0, and there are a couple of games they should have won. But there's no like massive game they lost. I think they were just a bit unlucky. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It seems they've just
With how bunched up that table was,
yeah.
there was always going to be a shock.
But literally, it's like 5 teams out of 10. That's half the table, and they were the ones to miss out, unfortunately. But hey, the World Cup will be a lesser place without them. But at the end of the day, that's how qualifying works, and someone took advantage of that, and that someone was Argentina, who jumped out of the. They were the team jumped into the automatic places from that. A 3-1 win away to Ecuador. We wondered if they could do it, and if Messi could do it, and blimey, what a hat trick!
Yeah, he definitely showed like and stepped up for his Argentina in that last game, and you could argue you can always argue that he could perform better for Argentina with the players he had like around him in the other games as well. But it's like a national team shouldn't be about one player, really. Like even though you got a player like Messi, he should be able to do something with the likes of Higuain and Dybala and who else knows
Yeah,
the god.
exactly. Well, Higuain wasn't even called up for this squad. I think people have been questioning his performances for the international team as well with so many others, like you say. But it's interesting, like you say, about Messi being the one-man team, as to quote Michael from last episode. A criticism for this Argentina team since Sampaoli has come in it seems to have been just get the ball to Messi and let him win you the game, pretty much. I imagine now that they've qualified, and there's a bit of time between now and the tournament, because Sampaoli's only just come in, I imagine he's going to put his style and perhaps, his sort of, his style basically on the team. They might actually go into the World Cup with a game plan. So I think we could see a completely different beast in Russia with this Argentinian side. What do you think, Michael?
Well, I'm going to steal your role here and give an interesting stat in that it's been 11 months since a player other than Messi scored for Argentina now. And I know the international breaks are not as... Obviously, it doesn't make that stat as bad as it sounds, but 11 months, it's just been Messi's goals. It's just quite ridiculous. Considering he's had an injury in that time as well.
It just shows how important he is, as he would be to any side. But yeah, well... Glad to see Argentina. Kind of disappointed they didn't miss out because it would have been a huge story. But it's just like a team like Argentina to pull through.
Wow.
No, I didn't mean.
No,
like
it's
that.
fine. You carry on. What do you mean?
Uruguay will also be at the World Cup. Won 4-2 against Bolivia. Caceres, Cavani, and Suarez with the goals. And 2 own goals for Bolivia. So Uruguay players actually scored 6 goals in that game, and most World Cup 4-2 winners. And Peru snatched that playoff spot from Chile. With a 1-1 draw against Colombia. An interesting goal here. It was Paulo Guerrero's free kick, and apparently it was an indirect free kick. And Ospina in Colombian goal tried to save it and palmed it into his own side netting, so the goal stood. It's interesting because if it's an indirect free kick, I don't know the rules here, guys, but if it's an indirect free kick, surely that should go down as an Ospina goal, even though it was on target. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, no, completely agree with you. Actually, no, because if the ball is on, I don't know. That's a really
officially
good.
be a shot, can it?
But a pass, misdirected pass that is aimed towards the goal, I don't know.
Who knows? But yeah, it was interesting, and Peru will now face New Zealand. Wow, New Zealand, Peru. It's probably the dream game for New Zealand, guys. Would you probably agree? But yeah, New Zealand's, they're close neighbours, Australia. They actually managed to pull off a pretty big win against Syria over the tour. It's 3-2 in aggregate, but they did need extra time, and they did need main man Tim Cahill, who I said doesn't play for Australia anymore in the last episode, but he started, got the 2 important goals. And Michael, I believe you actually watched a bit of this game.
Yeah, it was tense. It was really, really tense. It was exactly how you'd expect Syria nearly getting to the World Cup against favourites Australia to be.
Yeah,
It was. the quality of the football was a bit debatable, and like Australia seemed to be dragged down to Syria's level with no disrespect.
You said they're dragged down to Syria's level, Michael, but to be fair, the noises coming out of Australia's camp is they're actually not playing well at all, and it's actually come out recently that I'm going to butcher this name. I think it's either Ange or Ange is the first name, Ange. Postecoglou, the Australian coach, he's insisted he's actually going to quit Australia before the World Cup starts, even if they qualify. So that's interesting noises coming out of Australia. But yeah, they're going to play Honduras, who were the team who slipped into the playoff paces, and a huge win for them as well. A 3-2 win in their game against Mexico. So, you know, unfortunate for Mexico who had to miss out due to that. There are actually a possible 27 outcomes out of the 3 games involving USA, Panama and Honduras, and there was only one series of results that could have knocked out USA, and of course that happened. Wow. Trinidad and Tobago beating USA, which I said again in the last episode, I'm calling myself out, definitely wouldn't happen, but USA absolutely abysmal, and ended up losing 2-1 to Trinidad and Tobago. Guys, what do you guys think about USA's absence from Russia?
The whole America's players have that play for the USA, and like the support that gets behind them, things like that, and obviously the size of the nation behind them. It's a big miss.
Yeah, especially from FIFA's point of view as well, with the revenue they would have got from all them Americans watching. I mean, yeah, it is a huge miss, especially with the amount of money that's been put into MLS and such, and trying to make that such a serious league. But Elias, you said you've been watching Costa Rica a bit. Do you think they're good? What do you think their chances are at the World Cup, considering they sealed the qualification?
So the thing about Costa Rica is that they're a very hard-working team. They remind me a bit of Iceland with a bit more quality, I'd say. And I think they can do. I think they can go to quarterfinals again, like they did. Or did they get? Yeah, they went to quarterfinals last World Cup. And they could definitely do it again if their players just show up as they did. They don't really have like the massive star players. They just work so well as a collective, and that's what a national team is about. Like, you shouldn't need a Messi/Ronaldo player to be the best team in the world.
No, it's just
organisation. Yeah, I can see them do well.
Yeah, of course, last World Cup, they're in a group with Italy, Uruguay, and England, and top the group. So, like you say, if they can put their teamwork to good use and their cohesion come out with Panama. I don't know if you guys know much about Panama, but this will be their first World Cup. Controversial scenes in their game where their equaliser actually didn't cross the line against Costa Rica. It was actually headed into the post and then bobbled back into the guy's head, hit the post again, and I believe the referee gave a goal.
And that's my expansion on the bit regarding to the qualifiers being a bit of a mess.
Yeah. I mean, goal line technology, it's actually worked really well in the Premier League and should probably be globalised for the World Cup now. As for VAR, probably a bit early, a few kinks to iron out there. But Mexico qualifying, looked good in qualifying, probably got high hopes for this tournament. We'll talk probably about them more when the World Cup comes around and we can have a bit of word about them, but it's all going on off there. Captain Rafa Marquez caught up in a drug cartel, apparently, a former Barcelona star, so that's interesting. And for Atlas in the Mexican Super League, Ravel Morrison's there, guys, and I don't know if you saw the goal he scored. It was an absolute worldie.
I did. A good step over, and it was like a low cut but powerful shot into the bottom corner, wasn't it? It was good.
It was a shot you'd expect to go in against a Mexican goalkeeper.
Yes, I think that's the problem. Yeah, I was trying not to be too disrespectful and say, well, the shot was average, but the step over was really good.
Mexican goalkeepers aren't known for being particularly tall and having a very good reach, but
you should be able to get down quickly then.
Well, already down there, yeah. But yeah. But hey, Ravel Morrison, what do you think? Could get in the England squad? We don't know.
Well, he, without being obvious and talking about Birmingham, obviously we actually had just like 3 contract discussions with him, and I think Redknapp refused to pay him $6,000 a week, something like that.
Right.
Which I suspect why he's gone to Mexico for a bit more money. He's also still got the quality there. I don't think a call of the England squad's coming anytime soon for him, though, unfortunately.
No. Well, well, I wasn't actually being serious, but it's
Oh.
nice you've ruined my transition by talking about Birmingham. That was appreciated. But yeah,
I just wanted to just put in, Ravel Morrison nearly came to Birmingham.
okay, yeah. Well, the listeners are more than happy to listen to that sort of stuff. England, of course, the only team to qualify from their group after Slovakia, who did finish second, miss out on playoffs for being the worst second-place team in terms of points. Scotland, if they'd beaten Slovenia, actually would have hopped Republic of Ireland and been, actually made it to the playoffs, and it would be Republic of Ireland missing out. Did you guys see the Scotland game? Because, wow, speaking of tense, Michael, from the game you were talking about, Slovenia 2,
Yep.
Scotland 2.
Yeah, I didn't really know which way the game was going to go. Sort of anything could have happened the way the game was shaping up. It was very tense. Obviously, Scotland wanted it to go their way, but there was always the potential for Slovakia to send it the other way, though, which they kind of did in the end.
Slovenia, yeah, but
Slovenia,
Ilicic
sorry.
actually played really well for Slovenia. Very good player there, and Oblak as well, a good goalkeeper. When we're going to the World Cup, I mean Scotland. Did you see Gordon Strachan's criticism and
Yes.
the reasons he gave? Alice, would you like to take that away?
That's what I want to talk about this game. Is that Gordon Strachan? He really went out there and told the press that it was the genetics that was the the way that Scotland didn't have a chance to qualify for the World Cup anyways, because he felt like the Slovenian players had the height and weight that they needed to beat them, and they had no chance of standing against that. So it was just one of the best press conferences I've watched in a while.
A couple of things he brought up in that. I wanted to point out a couple of quotes. He said they were in the previous qualification campaign, they were the smallest side bar Spain, which I thought, well, didn't really affect Spain, does it? They're still pretty good. And also he just said something like, oh, let's get a big man and a big woman together and see what they can do. So, he's doing all he can.
Yeah, he's gone, I think, from the Scotland job.
With comments like that, you don't put a good case forward into keeping your job.
But you could say he has a point.
Because they were bigger than us. It's like year 7 versus year 10 in the playground. It's excusable, but when it's professional football teams, it's sort of, we'll work it out.
But is it not kind of a point? It's not
No,
like he can.
come
It's not
on.
like he can buy players.
doesn't need to buy
Nemanja Vidic is not the best footballer on the earth, and Messi is not the worst footballer on the earth because based on size and weight and whatever.
Well,
That's
Messi's an
not how it works.
outlier on anything you put him in.
No, but that's your job as a manager to try and work around that.
Exactly.
So there's nothing that I can say to justify that statement. I just think it's stupid.
But say then he gets sacked and then someone else comes in and it's the exact same problem.
Then it's just a lack of quality managers. It's just a manager problem.
So
They
the
need to
best
find a
manager
way.
in the world could get Scotland to a World Cup.
Yes.
Could he get him to win the World Cup?
No.
So it's genetics.
We end
And the genetics aren't that much different to England's, and we still made it. Wait!
God, you're loud. Yeah, well, I mean, it's international football. He's got a certain pool, and they all happen to be Scottish. So, hey, if it's genetics or not, then that's Gordon Strachan's, problems. People who aren't genetically inferior, they could be. I don't know. I'm going to end that there. Wales, Wales 0, Republic of Ireland 1. Wales miss out. Wasn't blamed on genetics. Could have been the reason. More likely injuries, considering Gareth Bale left out with an injury. Of course, they beat Moldova, I believe, at the weekend. Coming into this game full of confidence, but James McLean stuck that final nail in the coffin. And when Wales realised that they weren't going to win this game, everything just seemed flat for them, the fans and the players. It was quite hard to. And
It was gone before the final whistle.
yeah, as soon as Republic of Ireland scored, it was almost like they were going to win the game. Like Wales couldn't get back into it really.
I know the Welsh FA have asked Chris Coleman to stay and said the players want him to stay, but I think I don't know whether I'm remembering correctly, but I don't believe he's particularly interested in staying anymore, or I think the decision is still left to him on whether he wants to. But do you think that he should stay on with Wales with failure to qualify for the World Cup?
I I mean, there was talk of him leaving after the Euros after a great display there. Obviously, I think Crystal Palace were interested, but he stayed on for this qualifying campaign.
And said he'd leave after the World Cup.
I feel like he'll feel like he's done his bit, and if he wants to leave, he'll leave. But what about you, Ellis? What do you think? If the job's there, do you think he'll take it?
It's hard to say, really. Like, he's been there for a while now, so I don't really know what to think. I'm not like very into like what his reasoning is. I don't really know what he will do.
For me, it's given that he wanted to leave after the World Cup, it's a long time to wait for the next tournament to come around if you haven't made the World Cup.
I guess, yeah, but the debate probably here is what job will Chris Coleman get? Because he's not particularly well renowned as a club manager.
But he's shown his quality with Wales. He's shown his
international
quality.
management and club management are two completely different things.
I agree. I do agree.
I think if the right job's there, he'll probably take it. But whether that will actually be a fit
If
for
that is
him,
offered to him, yeah.
I think his managerial career will be defined by that Euros with Wales. I don't think he'll ever hit a better peak than that in his career from now on.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I imagine he was probably convinced to stay for the World Cup. So it may be his time to go now.
Well, what sort of club do you think he'll be aiming at then if he leaves? Do you think he'll go abroad, or do you think he'll go Premier League?
I think he'd probably aim for the Premier League, but
Championship. Start off with some like really high aiming
Or
championship club, I think.
like Birmingham.
Birmingham.
But that can quickly backfire though. As soon as he
Yeah,
goes
I
into one
mean-
job and then he's out within
Well,
6 months, his whole reputation's gone.
It sounds awful, but we are ruining managers left, right, and centre here. Obviously, Redknapp's got a long career behind him, so he can't be ruined. But he's been sacked from Birmingham. Zola didn't have a best proven record, but his career's ruined because what happened at Birmingham with an 8% win rate.
I don't know if I agree with
It's
that.
completely ruined. There'd only be, I reckon, a distant foreign team that would take him on now.
Oh no, yeah, that's what I mean. He'll get a job in Italy.
Oh,
If he was a British
not
manager, I
even
think
that.
he wouldn't get a job
I
in
think he'd have like Middle East would probably take him on because of his stature.
Well, that's an interesting thing. I want to quick segue. That's actually reminded me. Xavi Hernandez, former Barcelona fame. He's thrown his hat into the ring to coach Qatar in the 2022 World Cup.
Oh god, he's been paid a lot.
He's currently been playing for Al Ahly, I think, Al Hilal,
Yeah.
something like that. But and he is he's thrown his hat into the ring and has said he would like to coach them. Could we see that happening? What do we think?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see it happening. Yeah,
it's definitely like they need somebody with an image outwards that is not like
Exactly.
bad. Like Xavi's a pretty respectable guy, but I don't know what to think of him now if he takes that job.
Oh no, I agree. Especially after all the stuff that's been happening in Catalonia, you would have thought his opinion on human rights might be a bit more stiff. But hey, we'll see if that
Money
comes to
talks.
fruition.
Money talks.
Well, this is what I mean. I'm not going to go into any of that.
No.
Well, you know where we will go? Somewhere where money doesn't talk. Provinces may, though, as Holland have offered the province of Limburg to Belgium in order to get Kevin De Bruyne to become a Netherlands player. What do you guys think of that?
That's ridiculous.
What?
But so the Netherlands, what they want?
How does that work?
It's basically I assume it's the equivalent of England giving the Falklands to Argentina to get Messi. Is what kind of it is, I think. But I'm not sure if they've.
But how would that work?
I don't know.
Surely there's he can't just go out and say, "Oh, I'm just alright. I'm Dutch now."
Well, you could. That's what the Kosovo players did, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that's
True.
true. That is very true. But
Is this
how-
one step closer to transfers in international football?
Just land transfers.
Transfers.
Or money doesn't talk anymore. You see the Neymar £200 million deal. You see the Mbappe one. Now, like you can't like accumulate enough money to buy players. You need to actually like acquire land.
I nominate we sell Wales.
So like, if Swansea bought the whole of Wales, like the club Swansea,
The Premier League's gone mad.
yeah,
Get every club and every player from there.
yeah, it'd be a bit of a problem, like with with like the Manchester teams and London teams, they would have to like make own either the London club with the most money, or they make like small provinces inside of London.
I mean, it could happen.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think Madrid would have to offer in terms of land for Harry Kane?
Madrid.
the entirety
Las
of Madrid.
Palmas, like Mallorca.
Do Madrid own Las Palmas?
Well, could.
To be fair, continue. With their background, I assume they probably do.
Yeah.
Wow. Goodness. Well, Netherlands won 2-0. We'll get to the actual football against your beloved Sweden, Elias. Robin with a double. Not enough though to knock you out of the playoff spots and get them into it. Of course, had to win by a massive 7-goal swing deficit thing.
Right.
Didn't manage that. Only managed 2. I mean, were the Swedish having a party even though they were 2-0 down? Pretty confident.
Well, we're always having a party like this.
Hey.
Like, this is as close to a World Cup like will come in a while. I think. Like we're playing really well. You saw definitely in this game that we just wanted to play the result out. Don't really like tire us out, but of course we did a lot of defensive running and like covering a lot of the field. But the first half was really scary because it looked like Lenders could have been like 4-0 up.
Yeah.
They missed some really big chances, and yeah, you need to score them if you need to win by 7-0 to get through to World Cup.
Missing loads of chances doesn't sound like a team that starts with Vincent Janssen up front.
No.
Sweden could come up against Scandinavian rivals Denmark in the playoffs, considering the seedings now have been released. If you get through that, Elias, not particularly Denmark, but whoever you play, if you get through that and get to the World Cup, do you think we could see Zlatan Ibrahimovic coming out of retirement?
No.
You think there's zero opportunity? There's zero chance of that happening?
0. We play better without Zlatan anyway, so...
Oh, but is it your decision? Is it his decision?
Yeah.
If he wants to play...
You can move to Netherlands or somewhere where
Wait, what is he half? He's half like
he's Bosnian.
Serbian, Bosnian. That's
Well, they're not at the World Cup,
is
are
it
they?
going to play for Bosnia?
Was it Bosnian or was it... Oh, I need to check this. Because...
Serbia?
Well,
No,
let's say it
he's
was
not
Bosnia, because that actually works to my next result. So, he's Bosnian, Croatian, and Swedish.
Yes.
Okay, well, Croatia have got to the playoff spots. We'll speak about them in a minute. Bosnia didn't, so that's a third of Ibrahimovic out of the World Cup. They did record a 2-1 win against Estonia, but the loss at the weekend to Belgium 4-3. What a game that was! Caught the hearts of that. Yeah, Bosnia. The likes of Pjanic and Dzeko weren't going to be at the World Cup, and yeah, their fans weren't very happy about it. They had a sort of flare-based protest in the Estonia ground after the game. But the Belgian game finished 4-3, and in their most recent game Vertonghen played, became their record appearance, international appearance capped player. Internationally capped player, there we go, at 97 caps, so congratulations to him. And Croatia, the other third of Ibrahimovic, as we'll now refer to them. Ukraine 0, Croatia 2. We talked about this one, how big a game it was for the playoff spots. And it was Kramaric, who I believe plays for Hoffenheim, Michael, is that right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so...
Is he on loan from Leicester still, or was he sold?
Oh, it's that guy.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Yeah. I'm not sure. But it doesn't matter because he's playing for Croatia in this context. They knocked out Ukraine and Turkey with that win. And the other big game, the game that Portugal had to win, and Ronaldo, if he'd scored twice, would have broken Lewandowski's record. Didn't score, but Portugal came out 2-0 winners with a Giroud own goal and Andre Silva, the Milan striker, with the second to secure Portugal's place at top of the group. And at Russia, Switzerland will go into the playoffs as a seeded team. Right, guys, I think that is all of the World Cup stuff we're going to talk about today. But we are going to give ourselves a little challenge here. We're going to come up with our World Cup missing 11, so players who won't be at the World Cup. We're going to decide between all three of us, give an in the mixer World Cup team, and we'll post it on our Twitter for you guys to respond with any players you think we missed out. So do you want to start the hot debate, guys? Did we decide on a formation?
I'm still like thinking in my head because you just told me this. I haven't really prepared.
We're gonna blame me, are we? We're gonna blame me. Okay.
There's mine. I've put mine in the mixer chat.
Yeah.
Wait, no, we're gonna discuss position by position.
Yeah, but you're not going to better that team, so just read it out, is my opinion.
Okay, your team
Oh.
is no. We're
Okay,
not. No,
brilliant.
we're gonna talk. We're gonna discuss this as friends. Okay, so goalkeepers. We're gonna have
Yeah,
a hot.
Oblak.
But we're gonna
Yeah,
do
Oblak.
majority rules.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put
Yeah.
Oblak as well. I had Silerson as a possibility,
Wow. Okay.
but
So
Oblak's
That's
Oblak's
interesting.
Oblak's in goal.
So Barcelona keeper that doesn't start.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
you know, I'm just giving the options, guys. Come on. Okay,
So the
defenders.
best 11
Defenders.
from left to right or right to left.
Well, just name your 4, and then we'll see who's.
Okay. Antonio Valencia.
I've got him as well. He's in at right
Got
back,
him.
boys.
Got him. Yeah.
Right, centre backs.
Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah, we've all got
Yes.
him, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
James Collins.
James
Right,
got.
okay,
Well, I
now
put
we've,
Daley Blind.
I've got Stefan Savic.
I'll
Stefan-
have Savage. I think it's the
Savage over Blind.
yeah.
Okay, who's your left back?
It's Gareth Bale.
It's just a FIFA. To be fair,
Well,
I did have 2 for this. I know what Phil's is.
I've put Alaba.
Oh, I thought you were going to have Ben Davies.
What? No. He's not even Spurs' first left back.
Andy
Um,
Robertson.
Andrew Robertson also hasn't made it, but I think we can all agree Alaba's the best one.
And I think we're all going to agree that it should be Serge Kolasinac.
Oh. That's
Yeah, you
actually
can't-
cheeky, that one.
That
That's
is
not a bad one.
That's a really good shout. And then you move Alaba into midfield.
Yeah, but I've got a lot of midfielders.
That's
So
alright.
we could put Kolasinac at centre half.
We're trying to put the best team.
Let's put
together.
Kolasinac at centre back.
So we've
instead of
got.
Savic.
We're playing 5 at the back now.
No, we're playing 4-3-3. Said it right the first time.
I think you have to put this on our Twitter because I think everyone's lost track.
Manager
of where we
Arsene Wenger. That's the point of this. We're putting it on Twitter.
Manager.
Okay, midfield 3. Come on.
I got Arturo Vidal, Marek Hamsik, and Henrik Mkhitaryan.
Okay.
Ooh. I've gone
Mkhitaryan's
for
a good one,
Vidal
actually.
Hamsik, so that's 2, and I put Alaba in midfield because he's a
Well, we've got
midfielder.
Alaba at left back, so.
No, we haven't. That's the thing. It's
Well,
a shame.
I've put Vidal, Hamsik, and Pjanic.
Ooh.
There's also Kalinoglu as well, and Pulisic as
Yeah.
options.
Mm.
What are we going then, Pjanic or Mkhitaryan? Because I like the Mkhitaryan pick.
I like Mkhitaryan.
Or we can get rid of
definitely.
Vidal because he retired.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so we're going Pjanic.
Hamsik, Mkhitaryan.
That's it, just
Nice.
get rid of all
That's a midfield. I would be scared of.
If only you could have that on fantasy football.
Mm.
Right, so your front 3 then. Right wing, left wing, striker.
Yeah. Arjen Robben.
Right, yep. You're going old.
Yeah. Michael, what's your...
And retired?
Wait.
Robin hasn't retired yet, I don't think.
Yeah, well, he said it was his last game.
Well, okay, we'll take him out if we don't all agree on Robin. Then.
Alright, okay, so do you want to know my front 3 or you have to just write?
Yeah, go on, read out. Well, go right wing
Okay.
first. Oh, yeah, just read out your front 3. Just read out your front 3.
From left to right, I've gone for Bale, Aubameyang, and Alexis Sanchez.
Right. Did you
Yeah,
say Bale, Elias? So, are we putting Bale in our front 3?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, actually, I haven't said my front 3 yet.
Well, this is what I was saying. I was saying if we all agree on Bale, I'll put Bale in.
Well, okay, well, Bale instead of Robben. I'm happy with that.
Okay, so no Robin. No Robin. At this point. So
At this
what?
point.
So sorry. So Michael, your front 3 was Bale.
Aubameyang and
Yeah.
Sanchez.
Okay, what were your front 3, Alice?
Arjen Robben, Edin Dzeko, and Alexis Sanchez.
I tell you what, I had Dzeko as well.
Yeah?
Did you want to go Dzeko and Alexis then?
Not bad.
Nice. I think Dzeko nominated for Ballon d'Or, so not a bad little pick.
So is Aubameyang!
Yeah, but realistically, he was never going to get to the World Cup.
That's...
And you
You are
copied
being
Jules off
really
the
mean
internet.
to
You copied Jules off Twitter, so don't give me that.
I didn't! There's like 5 different players! I just stole a few.
But then why would you have
6.
Aubameyang when you could have had Stefan Jovetic? or
Are
Slimani?
you hearing yourself?
Or Slimani? Please stop ruining the listeners' ears with your screeching. It's awful.
Well, stop the host from making stupid decisions.
Okay, well, Dzeko's up front, we've decided. Majority rules, Elias, eh?
Yeah.
Classic democracy. So, the final team, Oblak, Valencia, Virgil van Dijk, Kolasinac, Alaba, Pjanic, Hamsik, Mkhitaryan, and a front 3 of Alexis, Dzeko and Bale. Look at that. That's going to win the World Cup. Sure.
Yeah.
Where do you think that team would place in the World Cup?
Second,
Runners up.
First.
Runners up to who, Elias?
Sweden.
Well, they're all missing the World Cup, and a couple of guys who will be missing the Premier League weekend this weekend actually will be Fellaini, who's going to miss Liverpool Man United with an injury, as will Mane, who got injured on international duty as well. And that game is, looking injury here. But two exciting teams in this league. Do you want to just quickly have a quick prediction on scores? We'll just do a quick run up of scores for that one because it's the biggest game of the weekend, isn't it? Might as well do some predictions.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, with United winning probably 3-1.
Oh,
3-1.
I was going to go for 3-1 United as well. So I'm
You
not
can
going to
also go
change
for
it.
3-1.
Yeah, I am going to go for 3-1 United.
Okay. I'm going to go for 1-0 United.
Well, that's not an option because majority of the rules in this podcast. So.
Yeah, so we've gone Fred and Dzeko.
Not when I'm
as
the
the
host.
result.
Not when I'm the host. Ed and Dzeko to score the winner, 1-0 United. Okay, well, what a podcast. What a roundup of this part 2 of the international break. We appreciate you guys for listening. If you want to drop us a line at In The Mixer Show on Twitter or inthemixerpodcast@gmail.com on the emails. And we will catch you guys in the mixer next time. Say goodbye, Elias. Say goodbye, Michael.
Yo.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys. See you later.